Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Flint Hill Goods adjustable ball mount. If you've got a variety of different trailers that you're towing with your vehicle and you find that some of them come in at different heights, you often need different heights for a ball mount to actually tow level, then an adjustable ball mount can be a great way to solve that problem, because on the fly you can pull this pin and clip, drop it down a couple inches, repin it in place, and you're ready to hook up to a new trailer and make sure that everything's matched up to your truck and trailer combination. Let's check it out. So with this, you're going to have a variety of different heights that you can pin this in at. And one thing to note is that this doesn't come included with the ball to hook up to your coupler. You will need to provide that yourself and find the one that's going to fit your coupler. Now it's nice because you can pick whatever one fits your coupler, but you are going to have to torque that down to spec properly and make sure that it's secure so you're towing safely. And it does present a problem if you maybe need to switch this to the rise position, where you would actually bring this in from the top and the ball would be up here. So if you have that situation where you're often needing to switch between a rise and a drop position for drastically different trailer heights, and you don't want to have to constantly untorque and retorque this, then I'd maybe look into a nicer ball mount where you don't have to torque anything and you can just flip the whole assembly along with the ball. As far as the different range of adjustments go, in the drop position, it's going to have a minimum drop of 3 inches, and at its maximum, it can be an 8-inch drop. If you have this flipped over to the rise position, it could have a minimum rise of 1 3/4 of an inch and a maximum rise of 7 1/4 of an inch. As far as your weight capacity goes, it's going to have a gross towing weight capacity of 5,000 pounds. That's the amount of weight it can pull, and a maximum tongue weight of 500 pounds. That's the downward pressure. Now, when you're picking out the ball that you're going to use with this system, make sure you pick up one that has those ratings or greater. Otherwise, that's going to be the lowest rated component of your system. That's just what the ball mount itself can handle in the part that slides into your hitch. When it slides into your hitch, it is going to fit with a 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube, and you can slide it in either way. So we've got it in this down position right now, but you can also flip it up like that, and that's how you would get a slightly smaller drop position, by flipping it around like that so the gusset is towards the top, and then it's not dropping down near as much. That's that minimum drop that we mentioned earlier. Because of all the moving pieces and the amount of adjustment you get, that will present one thing that some people might not be too fond of, and that's noise. Because of all those different moving pieces, there is room for movement both here where the height adjustment happens and at the hitch. Now you can solve some of that by adding an anti-rattle device to the hitch. A collar device would work great here, but that's not going to solve all the noise. It's just something to be aware of whenever you're going down the road. And maybe, again, looking into a nicer ball mount, some of them do have anti-rattle devices built in where it'll have a set screw pushing into the back of the adjustable part to keep it still going down the road, and then pairing that up with something at the shank that's going to help that point as well. But for something like this, I think it's just going to get the job done and you're going to deal with the noise. One thing I'm not overly fond of is the open hole in the top. So if it does rain or something and you leave this in your hitch all the time, there's nothing stopping water from just getting inside here, and it'll drain out of the pinholes on the sides, but down here at the bottom, there's a good 1.5 inches before you reach that first pinhole, so water can pool up in there, and you might have to just take this out after it rains and dump the water, which is kind of gross to me. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that, but that's just one small price you pay for the open design up top. Some other measurements to keep in mind is going to be the center of the hitch pin hole to the center of where that ball is going to mount up. That'll be 13 inches, and that lets us know how far our trailer is going to sit from our vehicle when we're hooked up. And as far as the construction goes, it's going to be a black powder coated steel. Steel construction is great because it's strong and durable, and that powder coat will help it resist rust and corrosion over time. It's not going to be immune. If any of this powder coat starts to scratch off, then it'll be prone to rusting. And one thing I will say is down where you attach the ball, that lock washer here is definitely going to strip away that powder coat. So that's going to be a weak point. And if you are flipping this around ever, then you're going to be exposing some of that bare metal. And that's really all there is to it. It's a pretty simple ball mount. I think it's going to be perfect for people that maybe have a single truck that's towing 2 to 3 different trailers. You just need a little bit of height adjustment between them because for the most part, they're very similar, but you do still want some adjustment because it's nice to be towing something that's level and flat. If you're looking for something that has a crazy wide adjustment range, the ability to flip between a rise and a drop position, and maybe could be used between a lot of different vehicles and a lot of different trailers, maybe in a fleet application, I would definitely look into something nicer. Kurt has some solid adjustable ball mounts, but there's tons of options on our site that you can look into to find the right one that fits your needs. That was just our look today at the Flint Hill Goods adjustable ball mount. Thanks for watching.